What's up guys, my name is Ace, and last night we got an update for Black Ops Cold War, and in this update it was mainly a bunch of quality of life improvements and crash fixing and bug fixing and stuff like that. However, one really big change here is they added aim assist types to the game. Before this patch, we only had one type of aim assist for multiplayer, and it was either on or off. That was our options. Now we have 4 different aim assist types to choose from, and in today's video, I wanted to break these down to share exactly what they do to help you guys make an informed decision as to which setting you might want to use. So starting it off, it's really important to know that Standard and Legacy are both really similar aim assist types. They're nearly identical, and the same thing goes with Precision and Focusing. However, those two different groups are very different from each other. Now, one thing that's common across all of the groups is the range at which the aim assist is working for you. With the Milano SMG, for instance, our aim down sight aim assist range is 63 meters no matter which aim assist type you're using, and our hipfire aim assist range is 19 meters. Again, doesn't matter which one of these settings you're using. So the aim assist type that you're using doesn't determine the range of your aim assist at all. Now, one of the big differences between these two groups that we have is with Standard and Legacy, we get aim assist slowdown, which is the aim assist you get when you sweep your aim across a target and then it just slows down your sensitivity. And on top of that, we get aim assist rotation, which only applies if your feet are moving, so you have to be using that left stick to be moving your feet. And in this case, it will slightly rotate your body in order to help you stay on target while you're strafing. With Precision and Focusing, we only get aim assist slowdown. If you aren't touching your right analog stick, you won't be getting any aim assist at all. You don't get that rotational aim assist, so that's one of the big trade-offs to using Precision or Focusing. Additionally, there's something I wanted to mention here, which is going to be obvious to many people, but there's still a lot of misconceptions about this. None of these aim assist types will give you any form of snapping onto target. So if you aim down sight near target, but not quite on the target, none of these aim assist types are going to snap you toward your target. I've seen a lot of people over the years claiming that this happens in COD multiplayer, and it never has. This is strictly reserved for zombies and campaign. But now that we have that out of the way, let's start comparing our slowdown. And the first thing we'll talk about is the aim assist bubble, as I like to call it. It's the area surrounding the target where your aim will start to slow down. Your sensitivity will effectively reduce if you're aiming within that area. And with Standard and Legacy, they appear to have the exact same aim assist bubble, which looks like this. It's a very wide bubble that extends past the target, and this means these aim assist types essentially help you get toward the general area of your target, and then once you get within that bubble, it's on you to make any sort of adjustments to stay on target. You're just going to now have an effectively reduced sensitivity, which makes those finer adjustments easier while you're in that bubble. Contrasting that with Precision and Focusing, and you can see that aim assist bubble shrinks considerably, and now you've got to be aimed pretty much on target before aim assist starts doing anything for you. Technically, it extends just slightly outside of the character model, but you've got to be pretty much right on target if you want aim assist to be working for you at all with Precision or Focusing. Additionally, if we compare what it looks like with a standard aim assist when I sweep over the target with a really low sensitivity just so you can see things in a really slowed down way, you'll see that the aim assist bubble sort of catches the aim and slows your sensitivity down as you sweep across your target, and then it releases once you get outside the opposite end of that bubble. There's nothing here that really sticks you onto the character model or anything. It really does just slow your sensitivity down within that bubble in general. Contrasting that with Precision, and Focusing really looks pretty much exactly the same. With this one, we get an extremely strong slowdown once we get onto the character model, and then once we get to the opposite side of that character model, it also suddenly releases your aim assist. So these aim assist types are technically better for getting you directly onto the character model. They are helping you a lot more with that. But I've also found with these aim assist types, you run a pretty high risk of overshooting your target. If you accidentally sweep a little bit too far, your aim assist will very suddenly release, and now you're going to be overshooting your target. You're going to be going way too far to the other side of your target, whereas with Standard, it's a much more gradual thing throughout that bubble. So when it comes to deciding between these two different types of aim assist, or these two different groups of aim assist, it really does come down to personal preference. For me personally, I've always preferred the more Standard or Legacy type that helps slow my aim down when I get near a target, but then the rest is up to me, rather than the aim assist types that really stick me to that character model pretty hard, but it's a very small bubble, and therefore there can often be some overcompensation with that. But at the end of the day, this does come down to personal preference. So those are the primary difference between those two different groups of aim assist. Now let's get into comparing each of the aim assist types within their individual groups. So let's start off with Standard versus Legacy. And with this, these aim assist types are nearly identical. They feel almost exactly the same. It actually takes slowing things down and really looking at them frame by frame to see any real difference here. But the main thing that I've noticed after putting these side by side and going frame by frame is that the standard aim assist in Cold War is just a little bit stronger than Legacy. And it does seem like it's a bit more of a sudden slowdown once it hits the edge of that aim assist bubble, whereas Legacy is a little bit more of a gradual slowdown. And I honestly think for a lot of people, switching to Legacy is going to cause you to run into fewer of those issues where you feel like you're fighting against the aim assist, because it is more gradual. It's not such a sudden thing that feels like it's grabbing your aim. It feels a bit more like a gradual slowdown once you get into the bubble. Now, just to reiterate though, this is a very subtle difference. It's not like it's going to be suddenly night and day, but there is a slight difference there. And personally, at least for now, I'm going to be switching to Legacy because on paper at least, it does seem like the better choice for me. But aside from that really subtle difference between these two, I haven't really noticed any other differences in my testing between Standard and Legacy. So now let's move on to Precision and Focusing. I've been playing around in custom games with both of these settings since this update, and I honestly can't find a difference between these two. I understand the descriptions are completely different, so for Precision, it's strong aim assist slowdown that only kicks in when aiming closer to a target, and it's best for accurate players, whereas Focusing is strong aim assist slowdown that also kicks in when narrowly missing targets. And this one says it's best for players that are new to stick aiming. I can't figure out the difference between these two. And it was the same story in Modern Warfare, really. I couldn't really tell the difference between them. And I've tried a bunch of things. Like, I tried narrowly missing the target, like shooting near the target, but not right on the target. It's not like that increases the hitbox size or anything and gives me a hit marker. The slowdown feels exactly the same. There's no rotational aim assist at all with either of these. And therefore, I don't know what to tell you when it comes to these two. It feels pretty much exactly the same, which is strange because apparently one is for accurate players and one is for players that are new to aiming and therefore, presumably, aren't accurate players. So I don't really understand the description difference here when they feel exactly the same. But yeah, based on my testing, it doesn't really seem to matter if you go with Precision or Focusing. They feel exactly the same. And honestly, that pretty much covers it for the different aim assist types and how they work with most guns in the game. However, I did also want to include a section here about sniper rifles. I've seen some misconceptions about aim assist with sniper rifles in Cold War so far, and I wanted to clear that up and also show you guys the difference between these aim assist types, because there is a huge difference. The first thing I wanted to point out is a misconception. I've seen a lot of people saying that sniper rifles don't have aim assist in Cold War, and that's not true. What is true is sniper rifles don't get any hipfire aim assist in Cold War at all. So if you're not aiming down sight, you get literally no aim assist regardless of the aim assist type you're using. However, we do get aim assist while aiming down sight, but it's very, very weak with Standard and Legacy. You can see as I sweep across my target here, there is a little bit of a slowdown, but it's not nearly as much as the regular guns. It's hardly even noticeable, but it is technically there. So yes, sniper rifles in Cold War do have some aim down sight aim assist, but it's not much when using Standard or Legacy. With Precision or Focusing, on the other hand, it's pretty extreme. As you can see here, we get a very strong slowdown as we sweep over our target, and this is all you need with a drag scope to be able to pull that trigger at the proper time. If you just sweep across your target with a relatively high sensitivity, as soon as you feel that slowdown, pull the trigger, you're going to be getting drag scopes like crazy. And this did work exactly the same in Modern Warfare. It was the same story. If you are going to be sniping, I definitely would recommend Precision or Focusing, because if anything, it's a little bit overpowered when it comes to that aim assist, I find. And this is actually one of the reasons that I don't actually like having these different aim assist types. I'm not a big fan of Precision or Focusing. I think Legacy and Standard are fine because it just gets you within a bubble and then everything inside that bubble is up to you. Whereas Precision and Focusing, they really do lock you onto that target, and the only trade-off for that is you no longer get aim assist rotation. Additionally, a really big problem that comes with Precision and Focusing is these are really exploitable with modded controllers. This is the reason that devices like Cronus Max or Strike Packs were so powerful in Modern Warfare, because these aim assist types only work when you're basically right on the target. And this is how these devices take advantage of that. Whereas with these Standard or Legacy aim assist types, a Cronus Max isn't nearly as effective because it can only really feel out that general bubble surrounding the target rather than exactly where that character model is. But of course, that is just my opinion on this. Personally, I'm going to be playing with Legacy at least for the next couple weeks. I'll see how it feels, and maybe I'll keep you guys updated in a future video on that. But to me, at least based on my testing, Legacy feels best for me. However, if I'm going to be going for some sniper camos, I probably am going to be switching to precision or focusing, because why not take advantage of that setting that's available in-game? And this is where I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Which one of these aim assist types suits you best? And also, what do you think about the fact that they've added these different types of aim assist? Did you prefer it before, where we just had the one aim assist type for everybody? Or do you like it now, where we have the choice between these 4 different types? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.